first semester here in Brazil, and I'm living in an apartment with 2 other Brazilians. And for the first time ever, I'm completely dependent on myself to feed myself and plan meals ahead of time, grocery shop, and all these things that are kind of a part of being an adult. I found this a little challenging because in the past I always either had, my family planning meals, having food around, or I had broth, the LBC, or the other resources at Tulane. Even if that was just going to City Diner at 2 a.m. to get a pancake or an omelet or something of that sort. One of the reasons it's hard is because it takes time to plan ahead and to cook meals that are actually healthy. I always have other things pulling me, whether it's going out with friends, going to a new museum, seeing a new place on the island, going for a hike in the beautiful surroundings here in Florianopolis, or I have tests and essays and other things to do, and it always takes me a little bit more time than it would a typical Brazilian student to read or do the homework because I'm taking all the classes in Portuguese and it's my second language. It's hard to find the time to plan ahead and to cook these healthy meals. And sometimes, you resort to ramen, as stereotypical as that is. So I decided to make a video of a go-to recipe that I found here in Brazil. My roommate actually introduced it to me. It's something that he eats almost every day because it's cheap, fast, and relatively healthy. And that is a crepioca, which is essentially a crepe, but it's made with eggs and tapioca powder. Tapioca powder is a big ingredient in many recipes here in Brazil.
The basic ingredients of a crepioca is 2 eggs. Make sure to get egg all over the counter. That is a requisite of a crepioca. In this case, I'm using tapioca Lopez. You can use any brand of tapioca. This just happened to be the one that was on sale at my local Biggie. You can go ahead and just pour it into the bowl directly. You don't have to do any measurements. No exchange student is likely to have actual measuring spoons. So just go ahead and pour it out till you think you have enough. It's probably about, 4 tablespoons, who knows? And then you're gonna go ahead and whisk vigorously. If you do this every day, by the end of your semester abroad, you will have giant biceps and your double chin will go away. I unfortunately cannot show this in my video because I ate too many of the crepioca. We've all heard about the freshman 15, but not all of us have heard about the exchange 15. It's actually a really sad fact that when people study abroad, they tend to gain 10 to 15 extra pounds, and I'm not talking about the British currency. A great way to burn some extra calories while you're waiting for this crepioca to cook is to dance. You should know that dancing is huge in the culture of Brazil, so I'm going to show you a few of my moves. You can dance this to samba, forró. Here you can see I'm using the technique of making a strange face. This actually increases calorie expenditure. When it's ready to flip, go ahead and manhandle the pan until it comes loose and go and take your best try at flipping it. Obviously, I am an expert and yet I still manage to have it folded in on itself. It's okay, just take a spatula, flatten it out. No one will know the difference. So when your crepioca is done, you can go ahead and turn it out onto a plate. You should be able to just turn it out from the pan specifically. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a little problem right here. It's fine. Get our handy spatula, and there you go. To dress your crepioca, you're gonna take some manteiga or butter. In this case, I am using some high in omega-6. Yes, that's right. As a vegetarian, I am getting in my omega-6 fatty acids. And you can go ahead and just spread it all over your crepioca. Make sure to get it in there. I happen to be using a spoon. I was unable to find any knives in the house. On top of the butter, you can add a little jam and then roll it up like a crepe. Then we're going to go ahead and give it a try. Let's see. Yep, tastes good. For optimum calorie expenditure while making your crepioca, make sure to continue dancing while you eat. And that's it. All you need is 2 eggs, some tapioca powder, and a little bit of thyme, and you have a delicious snack that's halfway healthy.